Do. Testing, testing. Here we have audio. Connecting to the YouTube chat. There we go. We are live. Oh, okay. Looking good. Looking good. There it is. What's up, Betsy? What's up, PG? That big North Sea giant crane is here. It's parked over there. I think it's gonna go through the lock in a little bit. I think it's waiting for the lock over there. It looks like the bridge is opening. So I think it's gonna maneuver in there. There's, I think, 3 tugboats were around her earlier. I'm not sure there's still 3 around. We do have a bit of a sunlight against us in that direction. More stuff is coming though on the river, so. Beautiful blue skies today. Love it. Let's see, we have this little inland ship coming our way. And then one leaving us. I'm gonna have to put on a glove already. It is very chilly. Okay, so we got that one. That's one that's coming our way. I have to check the radar in a minute as well. Oh, it's the Monty Sten. Stream regular. I've seen that one before, many times. Hey, Hans. Ooh, there's an all orange ship behind her in the background, I just noticed. Is that one parked? That one might be coming our way, actually. The all orange one. Well, red and orange. Look how quiet the water is again today. Very quiet day. Hey Bruce, good. It's still morning. It's almost noon. Glad to be out by the river again. Some fresh air. I don't think I'm gonna set up the second camera for now. I feel like the second camera will become more interesting once I can go out of the car again without freezing. Good morning, Giant Ray. Keeping warm? Yeah. So far, well, we just started, but ask me again in an hour. It's gonna be a chilly weekend with temperatures around freezing. Not sure what the overlay says right now. I didn't look at my car either when I arrived, so I don't know exactly what the temperature is. Hot Labs, good morning on the YouTube as well. 1 Celsius, that's over, okay. Yeah, seems about right. It's around freezing. Belgium had a lot of snow the past two, well, on Wednesday and Thursday. Except where I live, we had no snow. -3 in England. Ugh. Very chilly. A little bigger boat coming. Also, let's say hi to Steven. He's joining us again this morning. Steven Seagull. Look at all the birds on the pier. Look at that. Good morning, Paloozer. There's a little shippy coming. I'm gonna have to tighten a screw again. Can you see it? I'm gonna have to do this first. Hang on. We got a loose screw, which makes the camera wobble, which is not something that I want. I feel like I just did this last stream, retightening everything. I was able to clean the lens though. I got my cleaning kit. Hey, Lukai. So the lenses should be clean. No specks on it. Unless if you see one, let me know. No snow. I don't mind. I had to go to Antwerp to the office on Thursday, so I'm actually happy there was no snow. Oh yeah, the screw was completely loose. There we go. Like I have to retighten that one every once in a while. All right, then we'll reattach this. Hang on. Oh, I can. Oh, can I do this? Oh, okay. That could be a good thing. Oh, no, I can't. Well, oh wait, maybe I can actually. I'm sorry, guys, for the bad views. Loctite it? No. It's a cage. I don't wanna Loctite it. Because I have to take it off for a certain reason. No. I almost lost my Allen key in the pit of doom. You guys know what the pit of doom is in a car? The little area between your car seat and the center console. If something falls in there, you'll never see it again. It's called the pit of doom. I'm not sure if I like this new position, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Let's see. No, that's not. No, I don't like it. Sorry, I have to redo it. New spot? No, I'm just a little bit more towards the corner, which gives me the ability to film the locks. We've been trying it out a few times now. I like it. Okay, this is gonna be much better. Yes, this is it. This is it. This is it. All right, cool. Good to go for the stream. Sorry about that. So, you got the Tervino. Not sure if you already have a moderator. I think the mods are still not here. Hang on, vessel finder. So, what is the shippy? Let's see. The Turnvind came from Gothenburg, Sweden. Chemical oil products tanker. Morning, Uthi. Morning. 130 meters long, 20 meters wide. So the cool thing about today, about the spot, is that if I spin all the way around, let me show you for all of you who just joined, we get to see, well, he's parked now, but I think he's gonna go into the lock in a little bit. The North Sea Giant, which is one of those crane ships. Oh, that car is coming. Let's just stick on the gray one for a minute then. There we go. set up one more thing. Multitasking is hard. I'm trying to pan the camera and do something. New spot. Why does everybody think this is a new spot? Interesting. Does it look so different today? But yeah, it's not. I'll give you an overview in a minute. Still setting up something first. It's a new spot because I cleaned the camera. Wow, if that's the effect, I like it. I have to clean it a bit more. Did I ever show? I did a carvo. I can do it again today at some point, maybe in a little bit. If you're interested. I know people love to see setups sometimes. Tech nerding out. So what was I trying to show you guys? Yeah, this thing. So a few streams, I think even last weekend and even before that, we saw a crane emptying a ship out on the water. That was exactly this crane that was doing it. It came in earlier this morning and I think it's gonna go in the lock in a minute. So we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, it's the same spot. It just, maybe it looks different because we're lower. Although I've stood here before. There's low sun, maybe that's an impact. Also, one of my connections is literally not doing anything. Oh, it's on KPN. KPN, you suck. Let's change networks. Hang on. Wait, where do I select service? Mobile data? No. Set network selection. There it is. All right. Switching networks. So let me check. Maybe that small inland vessel will go first. And that one as well, and then the crane behind her. But I do see some smoke coming off her. Let me check the color settings as well. Yeah, we're at 0, which is good. That's what we want. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's 2025 and it still takes like minutes for network selection on a phone to find networks. I really wonder why that's so slow. Every time again. Frituur. What are you talking about, Bessie? We're ship spotting. Such a cool crane though. Look at the little cabin at the front, at the top where the crane operator should sit. A very interesting design. And then the whole thing pans like, or tilts like forward and backwards. It's really cool. The North Sea, yeah, Noordzee Reus 4. What a complete name. What are you setting up, Bezzy, on your Raspberry? There's also some work folk over there. It look like they are placing them. Oh, I can't show you guys. The car is in the way. Oh, straight to okay, gotcha. Wait, you're using a Raspberry Pi as your computer? That's interesting. I can't show you guys. It's like they're pulling out a massive, massive cloth. Interesting. I wonder what they're building over there. 2 minutes in, we're still selecting networks. How is that so slow? Wait, did we switch? Switch? Nope, still on KPN. Hey Lunette. As a stream link. Still trying to fix the network thing. Let's try it again. The floating cranes are very old. In the 70s and 80s, there were these big iron ore ships on the river. Interesting. They still use them. We saw them being used last week even. Okay, so there is an orange ship coming our way. In terms of like super large ships, not much is planned. Although there might be a few that we can catch. We'll have to see in a few hours. Yeah, I think network selection is broken on the phone. Let me restart the phone. Hang on. Yeah, that's exactly what it was doing, peephole. It was unloading a ship that was going to Ghent, but I think it was too heavy. So they were unloading it onto smaller inland vessels, and then once it got light enough, it probably came into to Ghent. It's probably too deep in the water. Is the crane already moving? No. I'll wait it out. We'll see if maybe it doesn't. It doesn't have to go into the lock. Okay, got some traffic coming, some traffic going. There's a little inland push ship. Look at that. See, and then looking towards the coastline. We got that one over there that's coming our way. Looks like a little general cargo ship. And then we got the orange one coming our way. Is he Vlissingen today as well? Not much coming in yet from over there. I did go live earlier than I intended to, but I was here and was like, might as well go live. I gotta say, the ships look really good with the low winter sun. I do like that. Why are you still on KPN? What the hell is up with that? KPN is bad in this spot. I don't want that. Let's switch again. The Swiss LNG. On the way to Ineos, that's in Antwerp, coming from Ghent. Now we're having it. There we go. Do we do Odido or Vodafone? What is the other modem on? See, you're on Vodafone, so we'll do Odido. There we go. Switching. Looks like Odido is not working. Guess we'll try Vodafone then. Wait, this SIM card is base. I should really get a Dutch SIM card at some point. Ah, there we go. Odido 4G. And then we do the hotspot. Scan. Yes, we're connected. Cool. And now we have a nice distribution of modems. Cool. Yeah, that's okay. Let's check the radar, see what's coming. Not that much actually so far. Oh wait, further up the river. I have to say, I was looking at the radar when I got up this morning. And there were so many ships on the river. It was super, it was like rush hour. So this afternoon might be a bit less. Oh, there's one MSC ship on the way, small one. There was supposed to be a bigger one. Oh yeah, there it is. The Antonella is leaving as well. So we'll have 2 MSC ships that are coming our way in like 2 hours. People usually set up the stream before, but then you would miss stuff. Ships don't wait for me to set up the stream. And then looking towards the coastline. There is an interesting ship, by the way, in the port of Antwerp right now that I saw. It's one from the Stena line, a Ro-Ro. So it's basically a ferry, a ship that they use like for ferrying between, for example, Rotterdam and UK. I think it's in dry dock right now. But it's scheduled to go back to Hoek from Holland, so it's Rotterdam, by January 12th. So if we're lucky, we should be able to catch a ship that never comes by here. I'll keep an eye on it anyways. Check if it's still still in port. That would be really cool to catch that one. You were there. The Stena Transit. Yeah, it's still scheduled to arrive Hoek van Holland at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So it's probably gonna leave here at like middle of the night. Oh, that's too bad. But yeah, it's one of those combined passenger Ro-Ro cargo ships. We'll have to see. So this is the Furvinga on the way to Le Havre in France. Whole product tanker, 149 meters long. Swedish flag. Oh, look at all the ships that are leaving the river right now. There's so many. My goodness. It really was rush hour this morning. Yeah, that one docked. That was not gonna come in because it's deep. Too bad. Yeah, it's gonna be quiet down the river, I think, which is also fine. It's just nice to chill here. I actually think the giant is moving. Let me double check. Yeah, they're moving. I'll focus on this one for a bit. It's not something we see every day. I'm always surprised how top heavy these things must be with this whole crane structure on the top. So it still has 3 tugboats around her to maneuver her into the lock in a minute there. So the North Sea Giant was built in 1996. She's an old girl. Hey, Dr. McGuff, that's cool. Yeah. Really cool crane ship. Also like just the crane by itself on it. It's a really cool design. Since the cabin is all the way up at the top there. And then the pivots back and forth. Really cool. Too bad you have so much low sunlight. It's really dark filming that way. Yeah, I think so. And yeah, she does need 3 tugboats around her to maneuver her, so I don't think she's very maneuverable by herself. How wide is she? 21 meters. Oh, she's not that wide actually. So she should fit right into the sluice without any problems. She goes. Oh, we got an ad in a minute for the Twitch people, that is. YouTube should be fine. We broke 300 subs on YouTube, by the way, last weekend. So I'm stoked about that. On to 500. First YouTube milestone. I'm assuming she has ballast tanks, yeah. Not sure. I know a bit about the ships, but I don't know nothing about a crane ship or how they do the ballast thing. God, it's really nice and quiet out here. Makes me go quiet, actually. It's 11:45 here now. Should be on the overlay, Hot Labs. I should really set up some commands for YouTube though. I just haven't gotten around to it. Oh, the orange ship is here almost. Well, I think we've seen most of it. Switch. Here she comes. This is the, let's see. Navigator Europe. Came from Anchor Point in front of the coastline. It's an LPG tanker. 160 meters long, 25 meters wide. Wow, she was supposed to arrive the 31st of December. She's been waiting in front of the coast for, what is it now? 9 days? 10 days? That's crazy. The other types you have in Dallas. Maybe it came from there. I can't see where it actually came from since it has been an Anchor for a while. So the app, well, the free version of the app doesn't show me that. But it's possible that it came from the US. Although, more likely it probably came from the Nordics somewhere. Scandinavia or the Baltic states. There she is. Thanks, Akandos. On the way to destination not available. Pretty sure it's Antwerp. Built in 2014. It came from the UK. Oh, okay. Interesting. Wonder if she's empty. Is she in ballast? It sure looks like she's not. She's high in the water. Maybe she emptied in the UK and now she's going to Antwerp to pick up LPG. Partially laden. Okay. Interesting. Look at the water going over her bulb in the front. That looks good. It's a good looking bulb right there. Before that, she was in Antwerp and the US. Let's see. She does go to the US. Still gotta work on setting up that AIS station so I can get a premium account. Then I can also see all that stuff. Got a little bird sitting in front of her on the pier. Steven Seagal. Wow, she has a very upward bulb. Look at that. Look how high that sticks up. It's a very pointy bulb upwards. Oh, I think we just missed the other dumping. I think that's one of those little barges that like split in two to dump a load on the... Damn it, we just missed that, I think. Oh well. Can I give you some environment noise? Now you should be able to hear her. Yeah, I think we really need to work on a directional mic as well. Beter news and let me check. Yes. There it is, Edo. There it is. And also we had a big crane ship going into the lock here. I think he's almost in right now. And they're still maneuvering, but she's going in there. You know, so that barge, we've seen it before because we were thinking it was sinking. That's one of those split barges. So it splits open in half and then just have the information for fabricants. Which information? Is he coming to Terneuzen? You live on the other side? Oh, you live right over... Hang on. I'm totally gonna dox you now, Edo. You live over there. If you make a very large smoke signal, we can now see it. Near the towers. Yeah, I've been to Vlissingen before. Not with the, well, with the stream as well, actually. Kibari, good morning, good afternoon. Oh, that over, yeah. That's custom built cooking keeper. Built it myself. But the speed is not like updating or anything. Well, I could add that probably, but It just takes the speed the ship is going the moment we pull up the stats. Like this one, the JSP Anna, going to Antwerp, coming from Dublin, Ireland. A container ship, 134 meters long, 22 meters wide. Currently 7 meters in the water. Built in 2006. Only operated by a German company, it looks like. Because there's a German URL. Look at that bulge. You just missed a very good bulge, Kibaru. There was an even better bulge on the LPG tanker we saw. I feel like this is less pointy though than the previous one. We'll zoom in on it in a bit. I know you all love a good bulb. 868 20-foot unit containers fit on this thing. The colors matching the emote? It does actually, a little bit. Cool. Edo, I'm so jealous. I wish I would live by the water here. Would have been more convenient to stream. Now I have to drive 25 minutes south. It's like you're back. Oh, don't make me jealous. Yeah, it's quite. It's also. It's not. It's another type of bulb though. It's also quite pointy. Well, it's still a different shape. These things are designed specifically for each ship though, so. Or each type of ship. It is cool to see the water go over it though. Mesmerizing. 5-minute walk and I'm on the beach. God damn it. Look at those 24 unit containers stacked near the superstructure. Like they grouped the tiny containers together. Oh, wait, there's more up there. Oh, look at her bulge, or bulb. That's interesting. Now the water is not flowing over it anymore. It was earlier. What changed? These two ships now, it gets a bit more quiet again from what I can see. check the radar again in a minute. Let's check on the crane ship. Looks like she's in the lock now. All right, I'll check the radar. Got a patrol vessel on the way. Then near Vlissingen we have a tanker, a seaways tanker. Oh, we got a general cargo ship coming. Maybe there's some interesting freight on it. Another chemical tanker. That just got a pilot, by the looks of it. It does seem quite quiet for incoming ships right now. We really should have started at like 8 a.m. So we got all the rush hour ships. Another check coming from Antwerp. Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. A little container ship coming. Oh, bridge is closing now for the lock. It's really quiet right now. MSC Spring 3. Fast Herman is on the way. We've seen that one before. Am I also from Turkey? No, I'm from Belgium, but just over the border. So I'm close. I wish I'd lived here. That would be very convenient for streaming. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, can I film it? Hang on. There's some birds that just landed in front of me. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. This is now a bird watching stream. I'm sorry. Sorry if you were expecting to see ships. Yeah, we went from a bridge to a bird, to a burge. Ostende Beach is boring. Oh, yeah, they don't have ships, that's for sure. Turns out the camera is a decent. I mean, they're really close to me, and I have my zoom lens fully zoomed in on them. So. But they're like two. Yeah, same here. They come really, really close to the place where I'm parked right now. It's really cool to see, though. If we don't have boats, we have birds. Oh. They look so big when you're zooming in on them. They're actually quite small. I don't speak Russian, buddy. I wish I did. Well, not really. All right. So the next ship that's really coming our way is that one. That's still pretty distance out. It's a small container ship. Yeah, other than that, really quiet today. Wait, is that crane working? Hang on. There's the ship parked here on the other side. I guess the cranes are just in this position then. Have any other ships parked? Yep. Over there is another one parked on the water, or anchored. Parked. Yeah, that one is also coming our way, because we saw the blue one come by earlier. Is that a bulk carrier coming our way? Oh, yeah, it is. I missed that one on radar. So we also got that bulk carrier in the distance coming towards us. Going further down towards the coast. If we zoom in really well, we can see Edo waving at us. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, I didn't check the canal from Ghent. If there's anything interesting coming, let me zoom out for a minute. There we go. Let's check. Let's check. Oh, it's really a quiet day. Nothing. Oh. There's a one, yeah. There's a bulk carrier, but that one is probably still at least an hour. And then it has to go through the lock. But we have the Queen Sarah coming our way. You would almost think that it's one of those big cruise liners from Cunard. It's actually a bulk carrier. Going to Baltimore, US. All right, cool. Hey, Teapot. Good morning. Well, it's noon now. Good afternoon. Beautiful views. What camera? It's a Canon EOS R50 with a, what is it, 55 to 210 millimeter zoom lens. I think if I do exclamation mark cam, there it is. That's what we're using right now. Although it would be nice to get an even better lens this year somewhere. We'll see. We'll see what the ad revenue brings us. This year. I'm gonna put the camera a bit further. Oh yeah, I'll switch the camera to. Is that oh no, a little star in my windshield. I just noticed that. I'll switch the mic to the outdoor mic, and then I can snack a bit while we wait. Okay, so you should still be able to hear me, but a bit further away. But you should also have some ambient noise now. I think. I hope. Hey, Filemeister, it's tropical 3 degrees. Time to get those swim shorts on, huh? -4 in central UK, wow. Yeah, it will be around freezing here all weekend. Wait, you still hear it? Holy shit. No, I actually changed the mic away to the mic on the camera, so you wouldn't hear it. Instead of the wireless mic. Oh, I really need to work on a directional mic, or getting one. It's way... How is that even possible? What the frick? Hang on. Okay, so now we are with the internal mic. Of course not! I want to hear it better. Is it better now? All right. was some kind of like, it's louder on the other. What the hell is wrong with that mic on the, how is that, what? Huh. Hang on, we gotta check something out now. We gotta check something out. I know you guys can see this all as well, so don't worry. Where do I set up the mic? Wait, no, it's gonna be here then, right? Movie servo, what the hell is that? Interesting. Okay. Menu? Sorry, I was distracted. Where do I set up the mic? No, white balancing, lenses, ISO speed. No. It's behind the scenes. Sound recording is auto. What can I? Yeah, that's not the one you're hearing, by the way. You're now back on the. Let me mount it on myself again. You're back on the wireless mics. That's not it. Only cams. Interesting that I don't have any mic settings that I can manipulate. Because yeah, we have all this. Then we have the focus stuff. And this is for playback. This is for connections. And this is more generic settings. Interesting. Anyway. What are we watching? I was trying to figure out why the camera, which is outside of my car, is having a louder audio than the wireless mic that I'm using right now. Very interesting. Anyway. We got our container ship coming our way. I think it's a container ship. Yeah, it's a container ship. It's on the way to Thames, UK. And Toast wasn't here to hear me pronounce it correctly. Thames, UK. The Acheloos. We've seen that one before, actually. I remember that name. 186 meters long, 37 meters wide. Oh, built in 2024, so she's new. Her home country is the Marshall Islands, where she's probably never been before. Ever. Well, we see. I have no idea. I mean, a 2025 ship, that means it should be delivered like now. Then that boy has to do like some ceremony, maiden voyage. I think it might be a few months until we see one. Maybe by summer? Yeah, I think late spring, early summer, we might be able to catch one. Hey, DNL, somebody. Let's go in a bit closer. There she goes. Oh yeah, some people are asking about another behind the scenes look, so let me grab this camera real quick and connect it up. Now that it's not busy, this is the perfect timing, right? Plug this in. Why won't you? There we go. I mean, there's also a ship port in Scandinavia, so But yeah, the biggest ones are usually from China or Korea. That's true. And Germany also has a few big ones. Right, so if I now do this, there we go. All right. Another behind the scenes look today. This is the camera. So this is the microphone, by the way, that picked me up while I'm sitting inside of the car. So I don't know who it was who asked earlier. I think it was Carva. Anyway, camera powered by this battery power bank. And we have this nice HDMI monitor in front of us. So that's how I can preview everything. This thing also has its own little power bank. This is an iPhone 16 Pro that I only use as a modem these days. This is the S24 with StreamBuddy running. So this is you guys, where I can see both YouTube and Twitch chat. And then of course the HDMI switcher. So with this I can switch the mics, but also the feeds. So we could press this and then you guys will be full screen here. If I press this, we're back to the boat. If I do this, hang on, let me tweak the shippy. There we go. All right. And then from the monitor actually, because first the cameras go in here, get mixed, goes to the monitor, and then you go in here, which is a Bella box with a wireless antenna for the hotspot of the iPhone, another modem, so we have 2 SIMs, battery for the HDMI mixer, battery for the Bella box. That's about it actually. And then this is a Sony ZV-1 that I have as extra camera. I mean, it would be cool to have 2 DSLR cameras at some point in the future, but for now this is the second cam. Are there any questions? Did you all pay attention? There will be a test now. I went over 9,000 effort. The thing is, if I do something, I want to do it properly. So I don't like doing something half-assed. The lens and the mirror are both a bit dirty. And of course, right now I'm sitting inside of the car. Once the weather's warmer again, I will just be standing outside the car, and everything that you just saw, the whole setup, will be mounted on the tripod of the camera. What do I look like? I have no face. Yeah, people have seen me before. I think my face has no... Well, maybe on YouTube it's a mystery. So the smooth panning, yeah, it's mostly the tripod. It's a fluid ball head. Ooh, we got the patrol ship that's here. He's here quickly. This is a government patrol vessel. Did see that one coming. Will the test be multiple choice? Yes, but it will be with guess correction. So if you make a mistake, it's -1. This is RWS 79. No, wait, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the panning. Yeah, so it's a fluid ball head tripod. That's how it's called. So it gives you a bit of resistance when you're panning, which if you then pan quietly, you get a nice smooth panning movement. That's moving. It's going 11 knots. It's not super fast. I guess they're patrolling. In the meanwhile, the container ship has arrived. A crash. We haven't seen any crashes, and I hope I never will. She looks quite empty, actually. You watch the Virgo arriving in Hamburg. Only grey. Yeah, we should have clear blue skies here for the whole weekend. Yeah, the Achloos. Dude, I keep zooming out. The ship keeps coming closer. There we go. I got a good zoom out. Keep in mind, right now, these vessels, the big ones, are under control of a pilot, not even the captain. Well, the captain always has a final say, but the pilot is mostly in command right now. If you're wondering what a pilot is, so basically these big ships, once they enter or get near the river here, they get a pilot on board. So somebody local from here gets on board, and the pilot knows every single bump, depth, corner, maneuver they have to do on the river to maneuver these big ships safely through them. So basically how it works, they have a pilot that goes from Antwerp all the way to the end of the river here near Vlissingen. Then that pilot gets off and another pilot gets on board that will guide it all the way into the North Sea. And once it leaves the area, then that pilot also goes off the ship and then the ship is back by itself. Same way on the way in. Even the big 400-meter ones, the very large ones, they have 2 pilots on board. It's one of the ways that I can kind of predict. Ooh, what is that thing? Kind of predict which ships will come in or go out, because the pilot schedules can be found on a website. The reservations for a pilot. Yeah, pilots are usually retired captains, but they still want to work on ships, but they want to work closer to home. So then a lot of them become pilots. That is true. And they're very experienced, for sure. I mean, things happened in the past and still happen. I think in 2016, well, now that's already 9 years ago, there was a ship that stranded here in one of the corners on the river. So if you would look on the map, you will see that the river is very like a snake. It's very curvy. And there's some tricky corners that they have to do actually on them. The most notorious one where the ship stranded in 2016 was the corner of Bath, which is a very sharp corner. Once the weather gets better, I do want to go there for a stream, because it's a really good spotting spot as well, the corner of Bath. But yeah, I don't want to stand in the cold, because I can't reach that spot by car. I have to walk there, the final bit. This is the grind. It's almost the grind. It's a cargo ship. They did bring their car. Look at the water bumping into the front of it. Meanwhile, the crane ship has left the lock. For those of you who missed the beginning, we had a very large crane ship entering the lock. If you're on YouTube, you can easily rewind it if you want to see that happening.
Good luck then. Hope you have this weekend.
It could be used as a buoy tender. Could be. Although I did see that we have specific buoy maintenance ships. There's actually one upstream on the river. Not sure if it's going to come down all the way. We even saw one last week and the week before that as well. Lunchtime already. Wow, that little ship really created some waves. Is that from the little ship? Or no, it's probably from the Acheloos we saw earlier, the container ship. Some good waves hitting. It's probably from that ship. All right, we got another ship coming our way. It's just gonna come from behind the pier there. There she comes. I'll catch her in a minute. She's completely in sight. There we go. Oh, this is the Seabase Citron. Citron. Someone rang my doorbell. I installed like one of those smart doorbells with cameras. Now I get an alert when somebody rings my doorbell. It's funny. Will it load? It's not loading. Hang on. Checking my doorbell. Okay, cool. So interesting, this is called Seaways, so I assume it's the same company that has the regular line that we see regularly here on stream between Ghent and Gothenburg. Looks like a lightship. Yeah, she might be empty actually. She does appear to be very high in the water. So I would assume that she's gonna go to Antwerp to pick up stuff, chemicals, probably. So she is 183 meters long, 32 meters wide, currently 7.5 meters in the water. So if you don't know what draught means, if you're new, draught basically means how much of the ship is under the water line. So there is still 7.5 meters below the water that we cannot see. using the Hong Kong flag. Doorbell stream. Well, it kind of is a stream. We also had the general cargo ship coming in. Let me see if I can already spot it. No, that's not it. I don't see it yet. Maybe later. If you're wondering what the big pier is, there's a massive chemical plant behind us. We're just left of the camera now, and this is one of the piers where they can empty ships. But in the 3 months that we've been here, I've never seen it being used. Wow, those people were speaking South African. Yeah, suddenly they're all workers for the chemical plant here, and they always go on walks around lunchtime. So since it's 12:36, they're out on their lunch walks. Oh, it's going to evening in Anchorage. Oh, it's too bad. Oh wait, I think I see it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it, right? It's empty. There's nothing on it. This camera is amazing. Thanks. Yeah, so this is a general cargo ship, but it's gonna go on anchor somewhere there. So you have like all these ships parked here or anchored. These are all like little spots where they can park. There's one parked. Looks like that one is being bunkered right now, probably. So this is a AAL Mercure. Came from Lithuania. Ooh. 180 meters long, 28 meters wide, built in 2010. So I'm pretty sure the Seaway Citron is completely empty, judging by how high she is in the water. It says it's in ballast. Yeah, there we go. Very good to explain as well. Ballast. It's always good for new people. So basically these ships, when they're empty, of course, they go up in the water, right? But if they're too high in the water, that would make them too unstable for like capsizing, if they're too top heavy. So in order to counter that, they have ballast tanks on board, which they fill up with seawater. So this one currently is completely empty. Only the ballast tanks are filled up, so she's just deep enough to be stable in the water. Mosquito propeller. It's not just, it's also about stability. There's been accidents in the past where the ballast was not distributed properly, and yeah, ship capsized. Or break in two. I hear that happens quite a bit these days. Ships breaking in two. We got another, looks like LPG tanker or chemical. No, I think it's an LPG tanker. Oh well, in the back as well. There can be 24 million liters of ballast in this ship. Wow, that's a lot of ballast. Maybe another fun fact about these ballast tanks is that it's mandatory for them to recycle the water in them. What do I mean by that? Let's say it's in Antwerp and it's empty and it's gonna go out to sea. It needs the ballast to remain stable. So they fill it up in the port of Antwerp. That means by the time they reach the North Sea, probably they will have to already emptied the ballast tanks and filled it up with water from the spot they were at that moment. What they're not allowed to do is, for example, fill it up in Antwerp, go all the way to Japan, and then empty it over there. That would be a risk for the biodiversity. It would be an ecological risk. So that's why they have to recycle the water. And these ballast tanks, I think that's also one of the reasons probably why accidents can happen. Really? Yeah. There's so many rules and regulations on these ships, it's crazy. Newer ships have a ballast treatment system. That was the first time I heard about that. Interesting. She's seen some rough handling. Look at all the rust. No smoking. I mean, it is an oil tanker, so it's treated by UV light. Oh, cool. You can also read it differently. You can also read no safety, smoking first. She's been rubbing everywhere. You just look at all the rust on her. Look at that. Yeah, this is one of the more rusty ships we've seen in a while, isn't it? She was in dry dock in 23, so that's 2 years of rough handling. She's already 17, yeah. So most of these bigger ships, they run between 20 to 30 years. Open your ballast. You cannot open the ballast tanks, Carva. For example, in oil tankers, as I also found it interesting, the ballast tanks are in the hull, and it serves also as a double protection. So the hull itself of oil tankers is double layered. So there's a space in between, so that if she does have like something collide in her into the side of her, and there's a penetration, it's only the first part, like the first layer of the hull, and not the second one. So oil will not spill all over spill everywhere. But that same space between the two layers and the hull is used as ballast tanks. So that's where they pump water into. But yeah, of course you cannot just open it. Another typical thing for these tankers is the very narrow butt. As you can see, the back of the ship is very narrow. Am I zooming in on her butt? I am Booty. You should like it. Your nickname is Booty. At 25 inspections get a lot more difficult to pass. Yeah. Look, I can just see her steering fin. Steering, wow. Good English. Her steering rudder. I can see the narrow butt. Alright, we've been live for over an hour. It's time for my hourly call out to action. If you like the shipping stuff and you haven't followed yet, please consider dropping a follow if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching the stream on the YouTubes, then please drop a sub. It's free on YouTube. Trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube. So, how long do I usually stream? It all depends on what's on the river, DNL. I would say it's typically between 2 and 5 hours that we are here. And we do stream on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. That's the most of the time. The Go sub on YouTube? Thanks, man. Looks like the general cargo ship has anchored. Wait, is it anchor out? Yeah, I think the right anchor is out, right? Did I see that correctly? Yep. We could have caught it. We could have catched it. That would have been cool. To see the anchor drop. Okay, let's go back to a regular view. Holy zoom. That was digital zoom on the camera. So you have container ship. I'm just checking what's out there. 100x. So that ship is coming our way. I think that will be the first one. What we are able to check on. Ooh, what is that thing over there? Sorry, I got distracted. Let's see. That looks like another container ship coming our way. Yo, why didn't we have alerts? Hang on, let me try to replay it. Why is my alert broken? Interesting. My 100-bit alert is broken. I'm sorry, Moody, but thank you for 100 biddies. He asked, why are all my bit effects so expensive? You want to see the massive bunch emote in chat? Because I don't like that Twitch introduced it without the option to turn it off. They force it on their streamers. That's why I made it as expensive as I was allowed to. Digital or not, still looked good. Nah, you get like the black bars on the side when you do the digital zoom. So for example, if I do the zoom now, you have like the black bars on the side. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the broken alert. It's interesting. Maybe it's just the bits that are not working, I hope. And then we could also go, so this is 5x, and then this is 10x zoom. Which, yeah, looks ridiculous, right? Right. Back to normal. The old TV feeling. Wait, where did that come from? It's a little. Where did that little ship come from suddenly? At 10x. Yeah. I mean, as I said, if we are enough with the stream this year, I might be able to get an even better zoom lens. That would be amazing to have. But I would need to have a zoom lens with integrated stability if I want to do a bigger zoom. Anyway. CRT. Oh, yeah, the CRT. Okay, now I know it. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, CRT feeling. Yeah. Now I get it. Oh, is that already the queen something something? It has to be, right? Yeah. Oh, wow, that's a big ship actually coming from Ghent. Look at that thing. What a structure. Wow, they got here fast. Yeah, this is the Queen Sarah. So this is this ship is gonna go into the lock now, and then she's gonna pass straight in front of us. She's going to Baltimore. Yeah, it's the same effect that I get when I drive over here. So when I see a ship in the distance and there's other things in between me and the ship, you get a much better sense of scale of how big these ships are. So now seeing the cars and the whole lock system in front of her, in between us and her, really gives you a sense of the scale of the ship. It's literally an apartment block that's coming towards us. She has 3 tugboats around her, so how wide is she? She is 32 meters. Yeah, that's about the limit, I think, for this lock. So this is an old lock. They built a new one, which was officially opened back in October, I think. But it still hasn't been used yet. And I read now that they're going to do limited tests with the lock in the beginning of this year. So we're still being on our first ship to go through it that we can spot. But yeah, this lock is a lot longer, a lot wider, so bigger ships can enter the canal. Looks like a house of ants. Yeah, the 400-meter ones are absolutely insane for size. Got a tour of the portion. Did you do the speedo boat in Rotterdam? I want to do it this year, actually, with the stream once at least. I'll be in Rotterdam a few times this year for spotting, and maybe for TwitchCon, maybe not. We'll see if I go there. But there is like a boat tour that you can do through the port of Rotterdam. I would like to do that with the stream this year as well. So it's one of the to-dos. Oh, you got to drive through. Yeah, okay. That is also. I remember the first time in my life I went to Rotterdam. I drove through this part of the Netherlands here through the Delta Works, and that means you end up near Rotterdam at the port, at like the outer edge of the port of Rotterdam, and you have to drive all the way through the port towards Rotterdam, and then you really get a feeling of how absolutely massive that port is. It's really like a 20-minute drive where you just have industry around you. It's crazy big. Is there a third lock? Yes. So we have the old one where the Queen Sarah is now going into, the new one, and then you cannot see, well, you see the bridge over there. That's the third one. That's the third lock. And the ships enter on the other side of this tower. So you see the little portion of water there? That's towards the smaller one. It's mostly, it's only inland vessels I've seen in that one. Everything bigger than an inland ship has to go to, yeah, this one. And in the future, the bigger one as well. I'm not even sure I'm going to stream to TwitchCon Booty. I don't know if I have anything to do there or to see there. I think a lot of the people I appreciate on Twitch are not even gonna go there this year, so I don't know. We'll see what happens for TwitchCon. But I will be in Rotterdam a few times this year, since yeah, they have the biggest port in Europe and they have some very good spots for spotting as well. So once the weather improves, we'll have a few weekends in Rotterdam for sure. Duluth, we loved watching freighters and salties on the cams. You go to Duluth twice a year. That's awesome. Yeah, Duluth seems to be very popular for ship spotting. I've had a few people from Duluth already in the chat. She's got a patrol boat escort as well? Really? Let me check on radar. What is around her? Where's a patrol boat? Only see 3 tugs. Oh, is it the RWS 88? Is that one sailing with her? Track. Nah, that one is just going back and forth there. They say every year they go, yeah, but I never said that I might not go, and this year is actually the first year that I'm probably, I don't know what I have to do with Twitch. I don't like anything they do or decide, so yeah. She's definitely coming closer now. Looking at the river, there is a ship that we can check in a minute. But I do like this view, it looks impressive. The ship will also be completely empty and in ballast. Is it a bulk or a... Yeah, it's a bulk carrier. So she probably emptied like iron ore or something. There's a massive steel factory up the river, which I think is where she emptied her bulk. Alright. Let's go check out the other ship for a minute. We'll definitely see her come out of the lock. If you were here at the beginning of the stream, you would have seen that this whole pier was almost submerged. And now you have already so much clearance again. Water going down. So, this is the Chem Selenium. Came from the Dominican Republic. Wow. I'm sure the weather was nicer over there. So another chemical oil products tanker. I'm gonna say that she's definitely full. pretty deep in the water. She's 9.2 meters in draught. 146 meters long, 24 meters wide. So yeah, 9 meters in the water. She's deep. It also means the ship has been under the way for over a year because it left last year in the Dominican Republic. I've actually been there when I was a kid once. Hey Henry, good afternoon. It's 1 p.m., so I can say afternoon. No dangerous smoking cargo. Wonder what she's transporting. Some kind of crude oil, maybe? That was drilled up in the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, the plans for this weekend for the regulars or the new viewers as well. Tomorrow, unfortunately, I won't be able to do a stream because I have to attend a birthday party. I was thinking of doing a very early sunrise stream, but I've been sleeping bad the last week, so I just want to catch up on some sleep tomorrow then, before the party. But on Sunday, we'll be back out here on the river, probably Sunday afternoon. And I talked about it earlier. There's an interesting ship in port right now, and it's one of those ferry ships, like for vehicles and passengers. I think it's in dry dock there, but it's supposed to be going back to Rotterdam on Sunday. So maybe we can catch it, maybe not. It'll all depend on when it leaves, of course. But it would be really cool to catch that ship, because yeah, it's a ship that we never would see otherwise on the river here. So I'm definitely keeping an eye out on that one. So maybe on Sunday morning, even if it's, yeah, we'll see. It'd be cool to catch that one. If not, we'll catch it in Rotterdam when we go to Rotterdam in spring. What kind of ship is this? A chemical oil products tanker, Hans. And she's fully loaded. over there real quick for the next ship. The Queen Sarah. Just look at the cars driving in front of her. They look miniature. Oh, the one to capture next stream. It's a passenger / vehicle ship. So basically like one of those ferry ships that go from Rotterdam to the UK. This one from Stena Line. Or Stena, however you want to pronounce it. Hey Ignacio, my Spanish unfortunately is not that good, but I think you appreciate what I'm doing, so thank you. From Chile, it's the other side of the world almost. Well, yeah, we'll have to see if we can catch that one, Hans, because it's scheduled to arrive in Rotterdam by noon on Sunday. That would mean it will leave here in the middle of the night, so we'll have to see. Maybe it leaves tomorrow. That would suck, because I have to attend the birthday party. Truck, yeah, it can do trucks. I can't believe how big that ship looks with the cars in front of it. So good. She's also pretty new, built in 2023, so 2 years old now. Next little shippy that's coming our way. Looks like to be another tanker ship, but empty. The Shannon Star, that's the blue one, on the way to Fort Order. So that means she's gonna go in front of the coastline probably and then wait for orders. Another oil tanker, 128 meters long, 20 meters wide. Built in 2010. And a Malta flag. Stella? No, it's... You drank too much beer, Hans. It's Stena. It's with the N. Stena. Stella is a beer. Another matching with the bulge emote. Exactly. I think now would actually be a good time to use the second cam, maybe, if we can. Let me try it. Not sure if this will work or not, but we can try. Damn it, that's not gonna work, is it? Maybe like this then? Let's see. Stena, same. You don't like Stella? What? I love Stella beer. I don't like Jupiler. Alright, let's see if we can get this working. Let's see. I mean, it's too far out, right? See, I need a second camera with a good zoom lens. So we can observe the Queen Sarah in the lock. We'll get back to that one. Hogarden, interesting. It's also one that I don't like. We definitely have different beer flavors, which is fine. She looks so tiny. What is she dragging? It's like some kind of rope coming out of her anchor. You think that's just some trash that she picked up by raising her anchor? Do some digital zoom for a minute. Oh yeah, there's a rope or something stuck in there. Where's that? No, I think it's intentional. Cobwebs? It's something, all right. Internet cables. Fishing nets? Yeah, that's the most feasible, right? It's either internet cables, gas pipeline, or fishing nets. You can choose. Oh, this ship makes a nice purring noise. Let me switch mics. Maybe you can hear it. Can you hear the purring noise? You really need to look into getting a mic in February with the revenue of this month's stream. Maybe we can. All right, back to the wireless. I mean, there are cables here. For example, over there, that yellow sign K means cable in Dutch. So there is a cable on the bottom there. Valletta, Malta. Looks like we also have the Monty 10. We saw this one, this was I guess the very first ship of the stream today. Now he's heading back out. Oh. Oh, he's honking at us. Is he watching the stream? You watching the stream? He honked at us. The registered owner of the Shannon Star is located in a hospital in Dubai, so we're pretty sure this is one of those Shadow Fleet ships. Yeah, we got a honk. I mean, I'm guessing it's to me. I'm not sure if maybe he's honking to someone else. No idea. Honk back with my car. Say hi to the captain then. shall we? There's the captain. No, he's blurred out now. Okay. Maybe he was honking to the decksman or something. So, the ship we just saw, the owner of that ship is a hospital in Dubai. That is very shady. That's the least we can say. Reminds me, gotta prep something. Screw this on. Here we go. Good enough. A tanker full of cough syrup. Okay, I'm ready for when the Queen Sarah leaves the lock in a little bit. Let's go back. So, what else do we have coming from the coast? We don't have much. I would say nothing even. But we have, I think this is a container ship coming our way. Doesn't seem to be doing any business in Russia according to a port lock, although. Okay. Anyway, I steer away from politics, so. Alright, let's see how the Queen Sarah is doing. There she is. Maybe the house is just a clinique in an office building in Dubai. It's possible, but I have heard before that Dubai is one of those places where shady stuff for businesses happen. So could be anything. I guess she might be in the lock for a little bit. Although the difference in water level is not that big. When it's high tide, it almost matches the canal. That was weird. I hear like some kind of announcement system. The mix up with the address of the owner. Yeah. I understand. It might. Looks like we got another ship coming. Let's go check it out because I think this one might be in there for a while. The other bridge first has to close, and I wanted to check that one over there. That looks like an MSC ship to me. Let's see if I'm right. Opening radar. Jansweert corner. The MSC Antonella. I'm right. Ooh, she's a 300-meter ship. She might be the biggest one of the day. That we see, actually. Hang on, I'm checking radar. Maybe we'll stay on this one for now. Is this then the other MSC? The MSC Sprint or the MSC Spring? Yeah, it's probably going to be her. The MSC Spring 3. Get to her in a minute. I wanted to check the coastline. Bulk carrier that came in. Okay. Another LPG tanker that came in. That one is going to Flushing. The Broefjell, I feel like we've seen that one before as well. Not much coming in though. The Torm Stellar. What are you? Also to Flushing. Another bulk carrier. Wait, Newcastle. Oh, that one is just leaving then. And here. Okay. Let's also check the port for a minute. Sorry guys, I'm just checking what is coming our way. There's also a very good looking CMA CGM ship in the port. One of those LNG ones. It's named CMA CGM Concorde. The Concorde plane. Yeah, it's a quiet day on the river for sure. Well, let's wait for the two container ships that are coming and the Queen Sarah, and then I might wrap things up for today. Got another lowrider next to the MSC Spring. Look how low she is in the water. A lot of tankers today, yeah, true. I haven't even had time to get a cup of tea. Let's drink a cup of tea, shall we? Hey Hans, on the YouTubes. Maybe I should ask one more time. If you're new to the stream and you're liking the ship spotting, don't forget to drop a follow if you're on Twitch, or drop a sub if you're watching on YouTube. It's free and it does help out the channel a lot. Of course, also on the YouTube, if you really want to support and help, as always, you can go and smash that like button. Go take a big hammer from your tool chest And then smash that like button. Smash it to pieces. Holy cow. It always scares me.
Noblius just subscribed with a Prime Gaming for 1 month.
Noblius, thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the support. You remember I had this? Thank you. Should I do the... I used to have a little shtick when I was streaming a few years ago, where I would be like, hey guys, if you're watching on Twitch, do me a little favor. Underneath the stream, like on the right hand side, there's like this small purple button that says subscribe. If you click it and you scroll down, you might have a free Prime available. You might not even know about it that you have it, but you might have it. And if you have it, you can subscribe for free and support the channel. Anyway, I used to do that more, but I stopped doing that. Thank you for the Prime, nope. Because it's funny, actually. A lot of people don't even know they have a Prime or forget about it. Even my Prime is a lot of the time is unused because I forgot I have it. Like, I gave it to someone, though, this week. I forgot who. Fluflex, hello. Yeah, it's not for me, it's not really feeding the bases that I have a problem with, it's more like feeding Twitch, which is doing poor management of the platform. I don't want to fuel them. Every day you don't use Prime, you get 5 cents to Bezos. At this point, I'd rather have my money go to Bezos than to Musk, though, to be honest. But yeah, the tea of the day, I know some of you really care, is lemon ginger tea again. There's no winning. True. But last thing I'll say about it, I do feel like Musk is speedrunning becoming the world's biggest villain at this point. That's the last thing I'll say about it. She's also quite rusty. No, that's a good point, Takanlas. It is a good point. Fully zoomed out right now. $2,732 TEU, so that's 2,732 of these containers fit on this ship. These little red ones. If you want to know how many of the bigger ones fit, just divide the number by 2, because those are 40-foot unit containers. What is that pink one? Is that, oh, CIA. So another little fun fact, when stacking containers, it is possible to stack a bigger one on top of 2 smaller ones, but you will never see first a bigger one and then 2 smaller ones on top, because they cannot, they don't fit, actually. View got blocked for a minute there. Yeah, because there's no locking points in the middle. Exactly. Oh, dude, that van that just passed, like blasted, like reflected sunlight into my eye. I have like a spot now. It's hard to read chat. That's horrible. This is the lowrider we just saw earlier. It's low, but we've seen lower than this. It's not super low, is it? The gray. On the way to Rotterdam. On the way to from Amsterdam, I think it got lost. Yeah, it probably didn't update its AIS radar data. Meanwhile, it's almost time for Queen Sarah to start moving. There's not much else coming anyway right now. Yeah, the Antonella is still a bit out. So we can observe the lock a little bit. Getting snagged by a... No, the bridge is moving. It's going up. They're opening it right now. They're not going crazy, Hans. A moving pole. A moving cabin. Crazy shot. I love the angles that you can get here in this area. You can get some really cool shots. So I would expect the lock doors to slide open any moment now. Also not sure. Are we sharp on the grass or? Oh, that's better, I think, yeah. It's much better. Oh, no, camera, what are you doing? What is happening here? Hang on, I need to spin around, reset this. Oh, reset. Yeah, okay. All right, there she goes. Now I wanted to tighten this a little bit. Here we go. So in case you're wondering why I'm struggling controlling the camera a little bit, I can actually show you. When we're looking towards the lock, the camera is faced like, hang on, turn this on, go there. And then we wait a minute, I guess. So the camera is pointing towards me basically. But I have to go all the way to the back to control like the spot it fixates on and stuff. But this is you guys. The dual deck, yeah. The only thing there is it's in my opinion, a rough spot to stream, since there is a nuclear power plant there, and it's officially now, since last year in Belgium, illegal to make any videography or photography of a nuclear power plant in Belgium. So it would be very hard to stream there and not film the nuclear power plant at a distance. So I'm gonna stay away from dual for ship spotting for now. Being arrested as content. Being arrested as a live streamer is content that kick streamers like, but I don't. It's not my type of thing. If I would be into getting arrested on stream, I would be live on Kick right now. Let's get another cup of tea. Why is the flag Liberia? Good question, Marinated. I'll explain it to you. So all ships around the world have to register to a certain country. It's basically like you have your car, you also need a license plate, right? For ships, of course, because it's an international thing, you can choose which country you register in. And there's two types of registers. Some countries have a closed or regular, how I would say, register, which means that the company that registers the ship needs to be in that country. But there's also a lot of countries that have an open register. Countries like Liberia, Marshall Islands is a big one. Yeah, there's other, Bahamas, Panama. They have open registries. It means a ship that's sailing in Europe can just register in Liberia. Now, why do they do that? Basically, the flag they sail under, so in this case, Liberia, all the labor laws, all the regulations, all the tax stuff is for the regulations of that country. So, of course, it's more beneficial to register your ship under one of those countries than it is to do, for example, under a European country, because it will be much more expensive. That is in very short why a lot of ships have weird flags. To make it even more funny, for example, the register for Liberia is managed by a company in London, UK. So you don't even have to go to Liberia to register your ship. You can just do it in London. And then my favorite fun fact about this whole thing, a lot of cruise ships are registered under the Bahamas flag, because if you have a captain on a ship that's registered in the Bahamas, they are legally allowed to marry people on board. So then basically cruise ships can offer some upsell package where the captain will marry you on board officially. So that's why a lot of cruise ships have the Bahamas flag. This little shippy coming by. I don't have much zoom on this camera, but I just wanted to show you. Now, which one allows piracy? I don't think any. That's just a pirate flag. Wouldn't let a priest. Oh, that was the Voss Herman. We've seen the Herman before. 136 containers fit on Herman. Voss Herman. God damn it, nope, I was drinking when I read that. Oh my god. Dark but true. Are they moving? Yes, they're moving out. They're coming out of the lock now. That was pretty fast. Also keep in mind that since this whole flag of convenience thing has been like put in practice, there's also something that laws that have passed, international laws, where if a ship, for example, goes to Antwerp here, it has to also oblige to certain regulations that the port of Antwerp has. Because yeah, it was getting probably out of hand completely, so they still have to follow certain EU regulations if they come to EU. But of course, I think for taxes, it's very interesting too. I also believe, for example, the Marshall Islands is a big state that has a lot of ships. And if I'm not mistaken, their register is maintained in the US, in Virginia somewhere. And indeed, for Europe, Malta and Cyprus are two popular island states to register your ship under as well. I think they have open registers. It's very high in the water. It is. It's completely empty. But it does show you, like, if this thing is fully filled, it will be all the way in the water until the black paint of the freeboard. So it shows you how deep these things are in the water, actually. Especially the bulk carriers and the tankers. Very noticeable. US protectors are bound to US. Nah, I'm not sure if they are bound to a lot of US laws. The whole bulges. If she has a bulge, not all ships have a bulb in the front. Meanwhile, there's two smaller ships coming in. Yeah, this really is not a good camera, is it? You almost cannot see it at all. I'll just eat out of there. Oh, tugboat coming from behind her. That one probably detached already. gonna assume that the tugboat in front of her will also, when she's turned towards that, the river. Wow, speech is hard today. One moment. Of course, two cool ships are here at the same time. The Antonella is here as well. Very interestingly, she has like lights on her, or is that just the sun reflecting? Oh, you guys, it doesn't even translate on camera. That's interesting. The whole bridge has like very bright lights on right now, on both sides, but you can barely see it on the camera. It's a good camera, but not the right lens. I mean, yeah, I can put in another lens on this small thing. What I might do at some point this year, if we make enough from the stream, is get a second-hand DSLR, so we can do 2 proper zooms. We'll get back to the Queen Sarah once she's a little bit closer. Although it would be cool to see the tugboat detach. Alright, screw it. We saw Antonella, so she's on the way to Le Havre. 300 meters long, so quite a big ship actually. Built in 2016. Hey Richard. A second, what? Camerad? You mean a second camera operator? I already have a second tripod that I can use, so that's not a problem. Alright, let's go back to Sarah. A camera dude, yeah. Look at that, what a ship. She's so high in the water. Oh, I think they're about to detach the tug rope, see? It's lowering, tension is off. No, it's some kind of like project manager for the works they're doing up the road there. It's the second time I see that car today. No safety, smoking first. Oh yeah. Still detaching the rope. So also this ship has one of those pilots we talked about earlier on board. Well, that's the thing, Limerick. They don't really pull, and the only thing they do is help them maneuver. Like the ship is still sailing on its own power at all times. But it's more like helping it maneuver, like pulling a bit left, pulling a bit right. It's not pulling the whole ship, of course. It's assisting it in maneuvering, basically. Meanwhile, the Antonella is alongside us. She's also big. 300 meters long. She doesn't look 300 meters to me, though. Interesting. Multi-ship, yeah, it's a busy moment. Let's see. Okay. I'm relaxed. I'm enjoying this. This is relaxing. Don't worry. I'm glad you're concerned about my relaxation, Booty. I'm good. Yeah, I got one of those mixers, exactly. So you can completely switch as well. Which is what I'll do when it gets too big. The Queen Sarah. So it looks like the tugboat's done. It's yeeting away, as you can see. He's doing the scene from Titanic. As you can see, he's standing there. Only Leo is missing. Near, far. Also, no bilge on this ship, from what I can see. It does have like some interesting, like, rounding on the front, right? Are those like oil drums on the side there? What are those? Yeah, they look like oil barrels. Interesting. Look at these big doors on it. So all of these are like big cargo doors. Of course they're empty now, but each of them is its own cargo hold. Each of these gray doors, horizontal doors. More like hatches, I guess. Can you really see the scale when somebody walks on the ship? Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely massive. They're preparing the gangway for the pilot to get off later. What's up, Fakey? It's a God day. attach the ropes. She's so high in the water, you can see her. Look at that. Just her propeller is below. Bro has a pip now. Yeah, bro has multicam now. So we can take a look up close. Yeah, these are oil drums on the side. Interesting. Probably just cocaine in those drum barrels. Yeah, that was good fun with the two cameras. I enjoyed that. No, it just looks like it. It's just me operating two cameras at the same time. This is the second one. But yeah, I need a better camera for the second cam. You saw a log above the propeller? I mean, there is a lot of rigging involved. Yeah, that's one of the eyes for riggers. Yeah, for sure. Indeed, I didn't even notice it. It's crazy how much smaller she looks now once that she's past the lock and there's no other points of reference for her size. She really looks a lot smaller. All right, let me check the radar. What time is it? 2. I mean, I can do another hour, but I don't know if there's much else coming at the moment. So we'll see. All right, radar is open. Let's see, what are you? Nope. Tanker. Inland ship. Lots of small ships. Then a big hole. Another oil tanker. Oh, sorry. There's also the container ship. Yeah, I had to choose. So we focused on the tanker today. Also, Steam Seagull is in the frame now. Okay, let's check the coastline. What are you? Bulk carrier. Nah, to Antwerp. It's too bad. And what are you? Small tugboat. Yeah, there's not much else on the way, honestly. There's one more bulk carrier that we could maybe catch, but other than that, it's a lot of nothingness. Ooh, that's a good looking ship. Going to Ghent. Oh, should we wait on? Oh, no, it's too far out. It's gonna be at least an hour and a half, I think. All right, I think, Chatterinos, it's time to wrap things up for today. Bit of a shorter one, but it's been a quiet day on the river. Not many big ships so far. I think this Antonella was the biggest one that we saw today, actually. Let me press a button. Hopefully, yep, that works. All right, so as I said, tomorrow I have to attend a birthday party, so it's very unlikely that I'll be able to stream. I will be back on Sunday for more ship spotting. I'm hoping Sunday afternoon, but we'll see. It all depends on what ships arrive and leave the port. yeah, thank you all for watching and supporting the stream. If you're not following yet, don't forget to drop a follow. Or if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. It's free and supports the channel a lot. So, yeah, I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.